Moving on to the game I really didn't want to talk about, but I am a professional, or at least I pretend to be. It is the Philadelphia Eagles heading to Minnesota. And somehow, some way, the Philadelphia Eagles are 1.5-point favorites. The over-under is 43.5. In terms of the money line, minus 125 for the Birds, plus 105 for the Vikings. I'll get to the Vikings in this game momentarily, but obviously I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't address last week, even though I kind of already did. But a little deeper into it, obviously the Eagles, first of all, it has to be maybe the worst day in Philadelphia sports history. You have Orion Kirkering, who I will actually talk about later, with one of the more or WTF moments in sports where he throws home instead of throwing to first and essentially eliminates the Phillies. And literally as that's happening, the Giants go down. They take the lead into halftime, and you go, okay, you know what? Giants are playing well. We're going to figure it out. And then the Eagles came out and were completely lifeless. Really, really sad stuff from the Eagles in that one. And the drama continues. A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts. We continue to just kind of do this. Who's happy? Who isn't? My question is, who is going to be a leader on this team? Now, Lane Johnson is the unquestioned leader. He is the last of the core four of Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, and Jason Kelce. He needs to be the one to be grabbing A.J. Brown and A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts by the ear, dragging him into a room and telling them to knock that shit off, because it's fine when you're winning football games and A.J. Brown's putting out cryptic tweets, but when you're getting dominated by lesser teams, it becomes an issue. With that being said, two things can be true at the same time. The Philadelphia Eagles are not a very good football team. It is also October. So I'm trying to kind of keep myself, again, I even said it last week, I'm not going to press the panic button. I know where the panic button is. I pulled it out of storage. I'll give you that. But I'm not pressing it just yet. Again, it's about performances. It's a little unfortunate here. I'm almost positive the Vikings had a bye last week. It's unfortunate when you are the Eagles and you played last Thursday. Sometimes when you play that Thursday night game, you're like, this sucks. But we're going to have a 4-day head start on our next opponent. The Vikings have been ready for them all year, all week, or 2 weeks, I should say. I'm taking Minnesota here. And again, I think it's just because of what I've seen from the Eagles. I'm taking them on the money line again, plus or minus 1.5. If you want to play that missed extra point game, fine. I'm just going to deal with the money line, get a little bit extra value out of it. I do think the Eagles are in a little bit of trouble, but again, it's early on. The one real concerning thing was Za'Darius Smith just retiring out of nowhere. Our middle linebacker or linebacker who we just brought in, who is kind of our best pass rusher right now. He's gone. He has abruptly retired. That's a weird one. But anyways, that's going to be an issue. My big question, J.J. McCarthy expected to play. That's interesting to me, but I really think this is a great matchup for J.J. McCarthy because Quinion Mitchell, when he went out of that game against the Giants, the Eagles defense was nothing. I could have gone out there and throw for 250 yards if I had a little bit more body mass to take some of those hits, but it's really, really bad when you're looking at going, oh my gosh, is Adoree Jackson going to have to be matched up with Justin Jefferson? And Vic Fangio's defense, look, the hallmark of Vic Fangio's defense is you're going to play stout between the 20s, or outside of the 20s, I should say. You're going to get your yards, but once you get into the red zone, his defense is going to tighten up. And that's the hard part Unfortunately, our run defense is not good. I really like Minnesota here. JJ McCarthy coming back. He looked good in that one quarter that we saw. But I think it's a great opportunity for JJ McCarthy or Carson Wentz, depending on who we see, to carve up this defense. But in terms of the over-under, I'm actually going to go with the under, despite the fact that I think Minnesota is going to put up points. Until I see things otherwise, I don't think the Eagles are going to put up points. When I tell you, I would not be surprised to see Minnesota win this game 31-6. That's where I am about this team right now. But again, it's October. It's still early. We can figure things out. But after what I saw last week, if you struggle to go to New York, it's going to be very, very difficult to go to Minnesota. But with that being said, Raider Jim, your thoughts, Philadelphia at Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota, the problem is their quarterback situation, who's under center, and nobody it's like these two guys, somebody could run away with the job, but nobody wants to run away with the job. Still, they'll be productive against the Eagles on Sunday. Philadelphia, in a losing cause, Hurts got 283 yards passing, which should be something that the Eagle fans hang on to and hope he can duplicate that effort against the Vikings, because the running game just isn't there right now for the Eagles. Saquon, I think I read, has 325 yards on the season. Tell you what, one more game like that, he could be in the Raiders' backfield. That's how well he's playing.
Straight up. Aston Genty for Saquon Barkley. Straight up. Let's make the trade. We'll call Mark. I'll call Jeff. We'll get this figured out.
We're in. But it's really a shame. So why would this game be any different? Well, if he's ready, if this is it, if he shows up ready, if this is going to be his breakout game, because again, like you said, it's only October. This is only week, 7. He has if this is his breakout game, couldn't pick a better one, because the Minnesota run defense is not good. And so it's set. The table is set for him to come out there and make some noise. I don't understand why he is not performing like he has the last several years before the trade, like he did last year. So I think it's just a slow start. I still like the guy an awful lot. The only thing that came into my head, and this is the way I work, it's like I'm seeing him on a lot of TV commercials now. Is there a little too much of that and concentration and effort on that, and kind of just like not that hunger and the fire that was in him the last few seasons? Probably not. I mean, look at the commercials that Mahomes does. Yeah. That kid's on TV every 30 seconds on a Sunday. Anyway, what's going to happen in this one? Again, the quarterback problems for Minnesota, I think they're real, and I think Philadelphia is going to do just enough to keep them out of the end zone or minimize their offensive efforts. 1.5, I'll take Philadelphia money line on this one, but the over-under, if it's going to be a shootout, it's going to be fun, and both teams are going to have to bring it. So I will go over in this one, because I really do think there's going to be points on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and for everyone saying, oh my gosh, the Eagles never throw the ball. Well, they threw the ball like at the most they've had in the last 2 years. I think it was 48 times.
Yeah.
How'd that work? So again, that's not where the Eagles want to be. And again, I really do think the Eagles struggling is a lot different than the New York Jets struggling, right? Like, we don't see an out for the Jets. If the Eagles come out and dominate the Vikings, I think people will go, oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. And again, for my fellow Eagles fans and mainly for myself, the one positive, the weekend could not have gone any better, because Dallas lost to Carolina and Washington lost to the Bears. So
it's that.
Still in first place, still got some breathing room for a bit. But the problem for the Eagles is their schedule is daunting. And again, Minnesota, another really, really tough test. Excited to see if the Eagles, I just want to see, I don't even care about them winning the game. I just want to see better execution. I want And I'd love to see A.J. Brown, I don't know, talk to the media with a smile on his face, which is absolutely ridiculous if that's what I want, but it's where we are in Philadelphia.